This is a meeting of the Franklin Township Public Library. It is Wednesday, September 28th. The meeting is by Zoom. I will now call the meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which
it
it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
And now I will read the Agnes, you're here. Iris, I see you're here. Tiana, I don't see Tiana at the moment. No. Nick, I'm here. Mayor Kramer, don't see him yet. And Dr. Amy Araswala.
Here.
And we welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you.
For being here. NBC.
I'm here.
And Kevin.
Yes, I'm here.
So we have pretty good attendance. January Adams, our director, is also here. And of course, Bob Wardlaw, making sure we all get on and do the technical stuff. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, also known as the Sunshine Law. The schedule and information of this meeting have been provided to the Courier News, the Home News Tribune, and the Franklin Township Clerk. Copies have been posted in the library's vestibule and are also available at the reference desk. I would now, Tiana, hello, welcome. Hello, Mayor Kramer. Now we have a full, everybody's here. Okay. I would now like to open the first part of the public portion of the meeting. Are there any members of the public here?
Yes, a representative from the Franklin Reporter and a member of the library staff, Jay, are both here.
Okay. Would any of you like to speak at this time? Seeing that, I will close the first part of the public portion of the meeting.
They were muted. If you were looking for an audio response, they couldn't make it.
They can unmute themselves.
Yeah, they have mute.
Okay.
Would now like to consider the approval of the minutes from the August 24th meeting. I believe everyone has received a copy in their packet. Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
Hi.
So move.
I think NBC beat you by a few milliseconds. Iris. Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, Iris.
Sorry, Agnes. Sorry, Iris.
Is there any discussion of the minutes, of the motion to approve the minutes? Seeing none, I'd like to call the question. Those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. I see that this motion has passed unanimously. Thank you. Going along to the director's reports. January, would you like to start with the financial report, and, especially if you have any comments on it?
Well, we're now into the second month of the fiscal year, and I really don't have anything to add to what I've given you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Is there anything about the maintenance that really indicates that it's going to go high, or is it just a matter of the billing having occurred? Because I see we're at 95%.
95%. No, that's the cataloging system. That's the annual bill.
Okay, so
not building maintenance. That's the computer system automation maintenance.
Okay, so that's going to. You're not going to get another bill next month.
Yeah.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other comments on the financial?
No.
Okay. January, would you like to talk about the program report?
Sure. I'd like to start with what you probably saw when you first read the report, was that on August 25th, a wedding party took some pictures in front of the library. So that was a nice event. And maybe some of the longer term board members remember that we had a couple get engaged here at the library. And we're all wondering if this was the same couple. They got married and came back and had pictures taken here. We don't know. And then I'd like to point out that throughout August, the reference librarian and a volunteer worked very hard on getting together a display of the Hall Mills murders. If you haven't had a chance to come in and look at it, or click on the News 12 article about it, please do. It really looks professional. And the interview on New Jersey News was very well done and very informative. The other thing is that on September 15th, Aruna Metler came to the library with Bob's brother Bill and his wife, and they came from Florida. So I was very glad we had the plaque. The plaque came in time, and we have Bob's picture in the room now. It was a good visit, and I was very happy that everything arrived on time and they coincide with their visit. Other news is the Adult Services Department had 24 programs that 342 people came to. The Youth Services Department held 45 in-house and 11 outreach for 1,848 people.
It's wonderful.
Yes. And summer reading is over. And so we had 84 teens who read a total of 830 hours. The Children's Department had 237 kids who read 1,902 books, and 123 adults read 787 books. So that's over with. And pretty soon you're going to hear me start talking about the winter reading program.
Okay.
And in the Youth Services Department, they went to a HOPES, capital H, capital O, capital P, capital ES, and I forget what it stands for, back to school event. This apparently is something that's been held every year, that until this year we weren't aware of it. So they went on August 27th and they saw 920 people. So it was a really good opportunity to get out some information about the library to a group that maybe we haven't visited before. And I do have,
or Dr. Teresa share,
regarding the Southern Branch construction, I do have a picture that was taken yesterday. So you can see how far it's come. Everybody get to see it?
Yes. It's starting to look like something.
It's a real building.
Yes.
It's a real building, yes. And so that was my report.
All right.
Thank you very much. January, can you,
Dr. Char or Dr. Teresa share.
has tutoring started yet?
Hello.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I'll have to find out about that and let you know for sure.
thank you. Okay. Does anyone have any questions for January about her program report?
No.
Seeing none, we'll move along. There is no president's report today. So I will move along to correspondence and communication. Does anyone have any correspondence to talk about? I would like to mention that I have sent a letter to the Board of Education to talk about Baylor Road. This is the road that leads, currently a one-way road that leads across the property of our new library branch and then along this to this Franklin Park School. If the first 200 feet of that road were turned into one-way, turned into two-way, people exiting the library could get out without passing through the school property. I've floated that idea, and it will be taken up at the Board of Education. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know whether it's feasible or not, but it's just a thought.
A good idea.
Is there any old business?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about the gallery roof?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Gallery roof, of course, has turned out to be much more complicated than any of us thought. And what I'm doing is I'm exploring various avenues. I've talked to an architect and I had a mechanical engineer in today, and I can't say definitively until I have his report. And again, there's a whole bunch of other things I want to look at besides just this, but it's possible to have a Band-Aid approach by adding some units, air conditioning units, and rearranging some of the vents that would fix the problem and buy us some time so we could then do the roof. And there's some options with the roof. I'm trying for comparison, I'm contacting Super Sky, that's the roof it is, to see what that would, I don't want to do that again, but to see what that would cost, because that would give me an idea of what a roof would cost. We could also do a metal roof with maybe the middle section of the roof still open, so there would be light coming in, so it won't be as dark. But so I've made a start, and I have to wait until I start getting the mechanical engineer's reports and some of these other costs from other people. Probably we should also redo the HVAC system completely. That would be about $250,000.
Whoa.
Nothing is cheap.
Because when you think about it, there are other buildings in the world that are just as open and glassy as ours that don't seem to have this problem. So that's why it was suggested to me that we explore first the HVAC portion of it to see if that would be enough to maybe solve the problem completely, or at least buy some time before we got a new roof and took that route. So I'm open to comments.
Wait for the report.
I guess the comment that I would have is revamping the HVAC system will probably make it more comfortable in the gallery area. What about the roof's integrity in terms of leaking? Does that continue to be a problem?
Well, the roof is okay for now,
Okay.
as far as leaks go, because we had a roofer come in, and he, I guess he caulked everywhere, all the places where the plates meet the metal
Okay.
structures, and knock on wood, it's been okay. It's going to rain a lot this week. No.
So that caulking was successful. Was that
Yes.
within the
Yeah.
past year or within the past 5 years?
That was done over a year ago. Over a year
Okay.
ago. Yeah.
So that if that were to develop a leak, it's possible to recaulk again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any comments about the gallery roof? Is there any other old business?
Iris, you're muted.
Iris is muted.
Everybody's muted.
I don't know. Kevin is not.
Can you
And I'm
hear
not.
me? I don't think I'm muted.
I'm not muted.
Muted.
Amy is.
I'm not muted now.
All right.
Okay.
How did everybody get muted?
Amy.
Is any of
Yeah.
any of the people that you were anticipating having coming, how costly it is to get some other opinions from some other people?
You mean the cost of replacing the roof?
No, not replacing the roof, but you mentioned some other people who are knowledgeable about roofs. Then I misunderstood. I just was wondering how expensive it was to get some other opinions.
Oh, okay. I don't have that information right now. The mechanical engineer is going to charge us $3,000 for coming. He came out here, he spent about an hour and a half, and he's going to give us a report.
Expensive minutes.
Okay. Iris, does that answer your question?
It does. I'm just, going over in my mind if it's that much money for an opinion, how much money would it be to rectify anything?
10 times more.
More than that.
Yeah. It's a big job.
It's a huge job.
Yeah. Any other questions on the subject? Okay, is there any other old business? Is there any new business? I see no new business, and I see no need for an executive session, which means we're down to the second part of the public portion of this meeting. Now, again, is there anyone of the public who would like to say anything at this time?
They have to unmute.
Okay, I will assume that nobody wishes to speak. Bob, do you know whether they whether anyone is muted or not?
They are both muted, but
Both, yeah.
they can both unmute on their own. I
And
can
they-
only ask them if they'd like to unmute.
Well, if they can hear us, I think that's sufficient.
That's the same thing.
Our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 26th, 5:45 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Come on,
I motion we adjourn the meeting.
Iris, come on.
Second,
Good.
Yeah, thank you, Iris, but I think I saw Tiana's hand first.
oh, good. Young blood.
Okay, any discussion about adjournment? Those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
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 Looks unanimous to me. So we
See you guys
are
next month.
adjourned.